Hello, good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Today is an interesting day. Today is interesting topic too. So today we're talking about money. Now, me, as many of you probably, were not born in a super wealthy family. I was born in just like a regular middle class family. So I had my struggle with money, and obviously, I used a lot of different techniques and everything in my life to attract money to my life, to keep money in my life, to feel great about money. And I'm going to share them with you now. All of these are so I did shorts on in January, and everything that I did in those shorts, I'm going to do in this video, or probably two videos, because there's like 31 of them. And if you already watched all those shorts, maybe this video is not really needed. Maybe you don't need this video, but if you don't, and if you want to refresh, then it probably would be a good idea. Now, I will share with you some kind of little rituals that I do, and also some energetic practices. This is not my first video on money. You probably know I do have quite a few of them. And also, I have a course on money. If you want to attract to get money fast, do that course. The course is really great. This is how I basically, at one point, manifested myself money. Now, getting money is only one thing. You also need to make sure that you keep money, because as through all my videos, I told you numerous times, I was making really good money. I didn't have the capacity to keep them inside my energy. So that's why certain exercises are important. All right, so let's start. I'm going to give 16 today, and the 16 may be 15 next time, or we will see. Now, so I will just, there's no really, I will just be giving whatever. So the first one is a money meditation. Now, I did a lot of different exercises, but the thing with money is you need to keep a particular state of energy and mind throughout the day, throughout your kind of your life. And money meditation helped me a lot. Now, I have my own money meditation. I'll put it in the description of this video, but you don't have to do just mine. There are different meditations on YouTube you can do. Maybe somebody's who you really feel like you like it. Now, what was my process? So I did some money meditations, and they helped me to ground myself in the feeling of having money, which was really helpful at certain point at least of my life. So money meditation is a must. If you are wanting to attract the money, I would do that. I would find the meditation on money, a meditation that you like, that you feel like drawn to, and do it every single day. So I did it for I think like 2 months. Then I took a break. Then I did it again. My meditation, money meditation, I do too. Why I didn't do mine? Because I didn't have it at that time. And now I have a money meditation, and I do it. So mine is basically very easy. It's good for women. You imagine that you are basically just melting into the hands of money. So you start trusting the process, trusting the money, trusting that money will always be in your life. So that's a really good thing. So do the meditation. Meditation is always a good thing. Why? Because it turns off your mind, and it keeps you grounded in a particular feeling. And you need to stay in that feeling for as long as possible. Now, if you were brought up in a family that didn't have money, if you are used to not having money, then it's kind of hard to ground yourself in a feeling when you have a lot of money. It's like a pattern is already set. You need to do something to rewrite that pattern. All right, so that's the first time. Money meditation is great. The second one is gratitude. Gratitude for whatever you have. Let me explain. I mean, I don't really need to explain much about gratitude, but I was talking to my colleague from my previous career the other day, and she was telling me about certain of her struggles. I mean, she's doing good, but as everybody, she has some issues and everything. And I was like sitting there, and I'm like, my God, my life is so good. I mean, she has family, she has children, and everything. And at that moment, I realized how great my life is, even though sometimes maybe I'm feeling, oh, maybe I'm missing out, maybe I'm not doing enough, maybe this and that. But at that moment, it was I felt like sincere gratitude for whatever I have. And with money, the same thing. Imagine that the money is a person. And if that person is always doing something for you, doing, but you never feel grateful for it, you feel like it's never enough, like whatever you're getting is never enough, then at one point, money as a person will be like, what the, like, how much more can I do? So gratitude is crucial. I did different kind of gratitude, as I told you before. So this is what I did. I was writing down what money bought me in a particular day, and if it didn't buy me nothing because I didn't leave the house, didn't go online shopping, then I would write my apartment, because obviously money pays for my apartment, my car, or my insurance, my, so whatever that money pays for me on that day. And I felt gratitude. You see, we're missing out often on things like that. Things that are given to us were taken for granted. So I would really advise you to do some kind of gratitude practice for money, because as I said, we often feel like it's not enough, but when it's enough, when it will be enough? You think if you will have millions of dollars, that would be enough? No, because then your wishes will be bigger. And so gratitude is important. Not going to repeat it. I mean, it's pretty obvious for everybody. All right, so the third one is self-love. Now, if you want to have money, you need to develop self-love. I even, a long time ago, I heard the saying that you have as much money as you have self-love for yourself. So basically, as you love yourself, you will have the same amount of money. So if you want to have a lot of money, you need to love yourself really, really a lot. You see, money is energy, and why would that energy come to you if you are not loving yourself? So if you're not loving yourself, why the energy should love you? You must understand. And if you will be like, well, but I want to do charities, okay, so the money will go to charity, then why should it come to you? You know, money doesn't need a middleman. If you want to help charity, then the money will go straight to charity, maybe through another source, maybe somebody else will deliver. So and the charity is very kind of weird kind of subject, because usually people do contribute to charity because it's either they feel some kind of guilt or they want to feed their ego somehow. So you need to love yourself. You need to want money for yourself, not to help your family, not to help your society. You need to have money for yourself. Then when you get money for yourself, then you can contribute it to the society and to anybody else. The goal, the main figure in this kind of relationship is you and money, not everybody else. Like me, when I started playing the lotto, I always was making kind of, oh, I'm playing because I want to get I want to have like a history project. I always fascinated by history, and I always wanted. I thought that I will hit like a big jackpot, and I will have the a restoration project for the historical buildings all over the world. That was my goal. But you see what happened? Like a year into playing, I basically saw somebody creating this project. You see, so I was playing for the project, and the project was created by somebody else. I guess there are like quite a few of those projects, but it wasn't a sign for me that I should wish for myself, not for something else. So if you want for money to come easy and stay in your kind of presence, then you need to have self-love. You need to love yourself so the money will love you. Otherwise, why would money ever come to you? I mean, definitely not if you don't love your presence, if you don't enjoy your presence, then don't expect something else to love your presence and enjoy. Now, how do you work on your self-love? You work with your fourth chakra, or you you can just breathe through your fourth chakra, or you need to do meditation on your inner child. I do have that meditation on YouTube as well. I will put it in the description of this one. Why? Because your inner child needs to know that it's accepted, loved, and cherished by you. This is the only way you will truly feel self-love. You will not cover self-love with self-care. You will feel that you truly love. So healing your inner child is pretty important in self-love. Now, if you're not ready to do that, then you can just sit for a few minutes every evening and just feel I'm loved, or I love you, or something like that. So you need to start feeling little by little this kind of this amazing feeling. So self-love is crucial. Again, if you don't have self-love, do not expect a lot of money. The money might be coming in different way, the sources might be increasing, but that money will not stay in your space. So maybe you will be receiving a lot of money, and then there will be a lot of unexpected bills, or maybe there would be something um, maybe somebody will be asking you for money or something. So if you want to be comfortable with money, if you want to have just the same money, man and success is the same energy, the same with man. If you are not loving yourself, why would a man be staying in your space? I mean, it's just illogical. All right, so self-love is this one. The fourth one is you need to develop your first chakra, your root chakra. That chakra is located in your tailbone. And I even have a video, root chakra is your wealth, something like that. I'm going to put it here. But why do you need to work with this energy center? Well, because root chakra is the center that connects you to the ground, to the material world, to the earth. It keeps you grounded. You see, root chakra is how much. The state of your root chakra will show how much money you will have in your life, how much money you will have, and how much money you can hold. So again, like I worked in finances in my life, so I see quite a few people, wealthy people, not so wealthy people. I saw people who have a lot of money, receive a lot of money, and then they lose them. They invest them in different kind of projects, and they lose the money. So for you to hold the money, you need to make sure that your root chakra is very developed and very balanced. Why? Because money is a very powerful energy, and it will be considered a threat to your body if you will not be able to ground it. You see? So it's just like man. I mean, you could really enjoy their company, or you can feel somewhat threatened and heartbroken or something, something similar. So root chakra is important. Now, root chakra will not help you to get the money in, but it will help you to keep the money that you got. If you know, root chakra corresponds to the energy of earth, and if you know anybody energy of earth, you probably know those people always have stashes of money. They always have some kind of savings. So they always have money for plan B, plan C. I mean, they are good in investments. They always have some kind of real estate. So root chakra helps you to keep the money that you have already or that you're receiving. Let's imagine I had clients in my previous career who were not making that much of money, but they were so smart with distributing that money, investing that money, that they were able to kind of to create a somewhat wealthy legacy for themselves. So root chakra is the one that will keep your money in your aura. Again, not only the money, possessions, people in your life, anything. So it's basically like your little safe that that controls everything you have and make it bigger, multiplies it. So you need to work with your root chakra. How are you going to do that? You can just breathe through it. Make sure that your butt area is not squeezed. It always has to be relaxed and somewhat full. I have a few videos on it. There is a video, Rooted and Unshakable. It's about inner security. And I have a video on the root chakra itself. I will put in the description. You can watch it. If you have issues with that, with keeping the money in, this is what you need to work on. All right. So the next one is you need to work on your third chakra. I promise that's it with the energy centers. There won't be no other ones. So why was the third chakra? This is me. This is what I do. Because third chakra is your solar plexus. This is your actions, your passion, and your excitement. Why do you need to work on that? Because this is what brings the money in. You see, this is a masculine way to get money. If I'm making a consultation with you, right, with my clients, I have to be somewhat masculine. Otherwise, if I would be like super relaxed and everything, like I wouldn't be able to help somebody. So solar plexus, the third chakra, is what brings money in. If root chakra is what keeps the money, solar plexus is what brings it in. And I have clients, energy of fire. This is your energy of fire. I have quite a lot of them because I'm energy of water, so they're attracted to me. I'm helping them. And they, all of them, I could say they're very, they do bring money in. It's easy. Money comes easy to them. Somebody gives them. They do make some kind of fast investment. They get something. They always have money. It's just they usually don't hold the money in. Why? Because they don't have the ground. They don't have developed a root chakra. And with them, I work on that. I work on grounding their wealth instead of just attracting. The attraction happens automatically. So, but if you're not energy of fire, then you need to work on this chakra. And this is what I do. I go for a run every single day because I need to speed up my fire. I need to make sure that my solar plexus is active, that my inner fire is burning, and obviously I have some kind of movements in my life. So this is what you need to do. And again, I have a video on solar plexus. You can watch it also. But for the most part, what you can do, you just need to be active. So running, you need to speed up your breathing, basically, but in a holistic kind of way. Maybe running or walking fast or something. So something that would increase your breathing. Now, I'm not going to waste much time on this because you can watch that video and do it. But if you do not draw the money in and you are not a wealthy kind of individual, if you were not born in, I don't know, in money, if in inheritance, then you need to obviously work with your solar plexus. This way, money will come into you without you working very, very hard. You see, me, I'm with you on this. I'm also working on it. Now, if you have an inheritance, you have like maybe a trust or something like that, then you really maybe don't even need to work on that solar plexus. Just make sure that you keep those funds that you already have. All right, so that's enough with the energy centers. The next one is you need to start recording all the money that comes in. This is an interesting kind of practice, and I was doing it, and then I was not doing it, and like it was on and off all the time. So this is what you do. You have like a little notebook. I wanted to show, but it's fine. So you have a little notebook, or you can do the notes in the phone. These days, I keep everything in my notes in the phone. So and you write every single little thing that comes in. Like today, so there's some. I have like small stock on something, and I got 53 cents in dividends. You see, money comes in. So even if it's 53 cents and it's really not that life breaking, it's still, it's kind of nice. So write down. So I would write tonight, 53 cents come in. I don't do it all the time, unfortunately, but when I really want to kind of speed up my money game, I start doing it. So what do? You write down everything. You found the quarter on the ground. You take it. I will tell you what to do with it, and you write down. Found a quarter. Somebody gave you a free coffee. Here you go. You get $5.99 back for free, or you get the points on your credit card. So everything, every little thing. Why is it important? Because once you start paying attention to money coming in, you will start getting more of that money. Remember, our focus right now is mostly on lack. The prices are high, this is high, I need to spend this, I need to spend that. It's always on lack. We never really focus on what we're receiving. And that, when you focus on lack, what are you getting? You're getting lack. And I am in the same boat, really, but I force myself to focus on something better, on something more positive. Why are we focusing on lack? Because our mind has to keep us alive and safe, and so our mind is constantly looking for threats. Focusing on good really is not beneficial for our mind because good is not a threat, good, but bad is a threat. So our mind is constantly looking for threats. Now, we can adjust that, and we can teach our mind to focus on something good. And this is why this practice is so amazing, I would say. So again, start that list and start writing it down. It's important. All right. So the next one This one is good. You need to start feeling excitement about money, not worry or fear. There was time when I was making really good money, but every time somebody would say something money-wise, I would be like this, like I would almost clench. Even though I had money, I mean, I was making good money, I was working with money. I don't understand why was this kind of this feeling constantly in me. So you need to make sure you don't have that. When somebody speaks about money, you should be like almost like excited. Somebody tells you rent is due tomorrow, and you're like, oh. And I have a whole video on how to convert fear into excitement. Do watch it; it's important. But for the most part, you need to know and observe yourself. And every time you have a bill or something, you need to make sure that you feel excited about it, not worried and not scared. Why? Because if you're worried and scared, you show in your mind the scarcity of your funds, and you could not show that because that's what the mind will be focusing on. Remember, our lives are basically we are ruled by our unconscious. And if you every time somebody talks about money and you're all like worried and panic and anxious, your unconscious is basically feeling that there is not enough money. You can repeat yourself affirmations, but your unconscious, your body does not betray you. Your body is showing you what you're missing. So you need to teach your body react differently. So your body will be like a flag that would indicate the mind that everything is okay. Now, try today. If you're going out, if you're buying something and you're like blueberries $3.99, unclench that and buy those blueberries. If you would just win a jackpot, like you having the millions of dollars coming. I mean, really, you would worry about the blueberries? Buy them like this. Be almost excited about buying the blueberries or whatever else, raspberries. I don't know what is expensive these days. These days in the farmers markets. All right. So be excited. Make sure there is no fear, no worry. And if you will tell me, well, I will become like not responsible, I will start spending money like crazy. Well, then you need to go to the first chakra and develop the grounding, because even though you will have a lot of money, you feel like you have a lot of money, you still need to make sure that the money is respected and kept for the future use. Again, if you would have a very developed first chakra, root chakra, you would never think about spending all your money. That's not how it works. All right. So do feel excited. I'm not going to talk much about this. There is a whole video. You can watch it. We'll put it in the description. The next one is a phrase that I use, and I use it often, not only with money. I use it actually with a lot of things in my life. Why? Because the first time I used it, it really helped me. It adjusted my energy. So the phrase is, how can it get better than this? And I think it's pretty popular. I see it in a lot of videos everywhere. Now, this is again to adjust your energy and to adjust your mind and to be appreciative. So, for example, I use it like all the time. Like if I sit on the balcony and it's a nice day, not very humid, it's maybe a little windy and it's really enjoyable, and I tell myself, how can it get better than this? Because sometimes, some days it's very humid, it's absolutely, there is no wind, you're just sitting there and sweating. So I use it, and especially I use it with money. When I receive the money, any kind of money, I tell myself, how can it get better than this? I do it with everything. I get like it's more like a habit already. I get flowers. I'm like, how can it get better than this? This way, look, this is what happens when you say something like this. You ground the feeling, and you tell your mind and your body, I'm ready for something better. It's not like, oh my God, it never happened to me, I don't believe it could happen. You telling yourself, yeah, it's amazing, but how can it get better than this? I'm ready for something bigger. So why? Because I'm energy of water. Why does this phrase helps me so much? I'm energy of water, so I'm emotional, and so my emotions change all the time. I need something to ground my emotions, and this phrase grounded really, really good. I don't know. like for example, I go to the coffee shop and I get a free croissant, and I tell myself, instead of being like, oh, it happened to me, I can't believe, oh my god, I tell myself, how can it get better than this? So then I'm grateful, but I'm poised, I'm not like all over the place. I'm used to this, and this way I'm getting more and more and more. I'm using this also when I get presents from men, not only from men, but especially from men, because I was conditioned kind of since childhood to receive presents only for like birthdays, um, Christmases, so like special occasions. So when somebody would buy me out of nowhere something, I was always feeling like a little, out of place. Maybe I owe something for it. Maybe I should offer something for it. And so I was always using this phrase, how can it get better than this? And it would ground. So I basically, I kind of deserve this right now, and I don't need to give nothing for it. All right. So try this phrase with something good, obviously, something that you like. Somebody give you something, you got the money. With money, this is usually I use when I got like some kind of good amount, some uncomfortable amount for me. So if I don't know, if I get like $1,000 at least, I would be like, how can I get better than this? I don't allow myself to get nervous. You see, but you can use it with any amount. I was using it when I find a quarter on the ground. It's absolutely. It just I use it so often that I need to kind of to limit it a little bit. All right. The next magic trick is I ground my own accomplishments. Um, why you would say, why why is it important with the money? I'll tell you why. Because accomplishments is our solar plexus. And if you want to keep your solar plexus healthy and active, you need to show yourself that you're doing a good job. You see, so I often write my own accomplishments because I want to show my mind and my body, and obviously keep the excitement going, that I do something right. Often we, as an ungrateful creatures, we think that we are not accomplishing enough. It's like our list is so long, and we keep on doing that sometimes we feel like it's not enough. But it is enough. Even if you do 2 3 things a day, it is enough. You already did maybe more than your neighbors, so who knows. So I write down my accomplishments that keep me, that list of accomplishments keep me going. So, and what keeps me going? My solar plexus. So the more I praise my solar plexus, the more I kind of I want to do more. You see, so I write down. I don't necessarily, like, not everybody needs to write those accomplishments down. Maybe some people are like naturally super accomplished. They don't need that. But if you have issues with that, if you always feel like you're self-sabotaging, like you're not doing enough, then do that. Again, I'm an emotional person, so I need to keep a track that I'm not only emotional, but I also productive. So for me, it's a good thing. And I write everything. I went for a run, accomplishment. I cooked myself breakfast, accomplishment. By the end of the day, I feel so accomplished that, that I feel almost like the universe has to reward me with something. So again, accomplishments are a good thing for your money energy to come in. The more accomplished you feel, this is a masculine energy, but we're talking about money. Money is masculine energy as well. The more accomplished you feel, the more money will come into your life. So it's okay. Do write accomplishments down. Again, this is not self-love. This is something different. Self-love, you are entitled to money. With accomplishments, some people are masculine by nature, so they need something like this. They feel like, so when I have strong self-love, I believe that I deserve money already just by existing. But some people, it's hard for them to develop this kind of entitlement, so they believe, okay, if I accomplished, I'm supposed to be rewarded. And that's why the list of accomplishments is a good thing to do. Do that. Again, accomplishments could be for anybody different. For me, as I said, I write pretty much everything everything that I did during the day, and I feel very accomplished, to tell the truth. The next one is I do relive times when I received money. So I am, as you can see, self-employed, right? And I work with clients, and it's not like I'm getting a paycheck at the end of the week or at the end of 2 weeks. I'm basically, 1 month I could make a lot of money, 1 month maybe not as much, and so I kind of it depends, right? So, um, and that's why. Uh, I need to stay on the right track. I could not be, see, when you are receiving a paycheck, whether you're doing good or not, you still will get that paycheck. And maybe your manager will check on you. If you're not doing good, you will be addressed and you will be told so. But when I'm self-employed, there is nobody really who can guarantee me a paycheck, or somebody who can tell me when I'm doing good, good or bad. So I'm the one who is supposed to keep in track of that. And this is what I do. Sometimes when I feel like it doesn't happen often, but sometimes when I feel like, oh my God, what if I wouldn't make the amount that I want to make during this month, um, or something? What if something happens? What if the economy crashes? How I'm going to make money? So I don't know. Sometimes you have this kind of days, and so what I do, I relieve the times when I was receiving the money. For example, I get paid after the consultation, so I finish the consultation and then I get the money, and I feel like well, after the consultation I don't feel that great, but usually I feel very some kind of like somewhat grateful. Everybody would have a different kind of feeling. So I know what is my feeling is, and this is how I relieve it. So I basically recreate that feeling in me again and again. I had a client who actually, I'm not going to tell you what her career was, because Miami is such a small world, but still, she was basically, she had the issues too with that. So she believed that if she got a large chunk of money, it was pure luck like that. She could never believe that she could recreate it. And I told her that you can. So we would sit with her and we basically would recreate step by step how it happened. What she said to the client, how did she felt, what her feelings when she got them, and stuff like that. So um, it could be different for you, I'm not sure, but it does help not only me, but I know quite a few people who do that. So relieve the or maybe you played the lotto and you suddenly won $100. I remember the first time I won, I think it was like $100, so it was somewhat around $100. My God, I felt like I was owning the world. I wanted to open the door with my feet, not even with my. I mean, I was almost walking on clouds. So again, you can relieve those feelings, or when you receive the money, it depends how you want to get the money further on. Or when the man sends you suddenly out of nowhere, he's like, here is something for you to treat yourself, and you're like, you didn't ask, it was so nice, um, and you are not even exactly dating, so it's a good feeling. Relieve that feeling. Again, it's up to you what you're going to relieve, as long as it's when you're receiving money. And if you say, well, I'm never receiving money, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, you get in your paycheck. How do you feel? I used to get paycheck. I know how amazing it was. I would wake up on Friday like I knew that the money is already spoken for, but still, I would still feel very excited about it because I knew I'm getting money today. And when I would get the text message, that I was getting from my DP about, that you get money, it was just always so heartwarming. So you need to relieve that kind of time. Okay, what's the next one? The next one is money coffee, or money water, or money tea, or whatever. This is a magic trick, really. I learned this trick long time ago from one of my mentors. So, and she said it's not real. This is just a game. And I'm like, okay, so fine. Let me do it. Because she was very self-sufficient person, and she was obviously understanding that it doesn't work like this. But water, any type of water, is a very good transformer of energy. So what do you do? What is the what is the magic trick? So you take You see, I don't even have any banknotes around me. So you take a banknotes, couple of them if you want, and you put them underneath your water or underneath the coffee, underneath tea. My sister, she loves to do it when we're together because I usually even charge those money now. And you those and you let the water stay on top of those banknotes, and like this maybe for 5 minutes. So it would be good to do it in the company because you're talking to somebody and the water is charged with money. I used to do it with coffee or with tea. So if you're in the company and like some girls, I remember we used to do it with my friends. I got them into this, and then I was doing it with my sister every time we were together on vacation. So we'll just put the banknotes under the coffee cup, and then we just talk, and then we would drink the coffee. So you need to drink the coffee and believe that the coffee is charged with money. So I'm not sure about the coffee and tea. I think it's more about the intention. But with the water, if you drink water, and it's a good thing to do. So you basically put $100 banknote, and then you put the water on top of it and let it sit for like this, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes, and then drink the water. Now, it's important though to understand that you need to make sure that that banknote represents money to you. You see, if you would put a dollar bill and you will be like, yeah, but this is very small money, it will not really have that effect. That's why I always use $100 and the €100, the bills. Those bills you're not supposed to spend. You're supposed to keep them in your wallet or somewhere else where you keep, it's supposed to be a magnet that draws money in. Now, I think it's all about intention. I'm an NLP master, Reiki master. I don't really would say believe in magic itself, but I do believe in a strong intention and a strong energy behind it. So it always works. I swear it always works. You always somehow draw the money in. I'm not sure what exactly works. I think it's an intention and belief, but it always does. So I remember even my friends used to say, Anastasia, we need to go for a coffee because I urgently need some money. So we would go after work and have coffee, and we'll charge the money, and then they would get the money. I would get the money. I used to do it often. I used to do it almost every week. So next time when you will decide to charge, you will use the same banknote. So these banknotes, you basically, you keep reusing them again and again and again. They're your magnets. Why is it water? Why is it not like a bowl of rice? Look, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would tell you that because water is such a good a transformer of energy, but I would be lying, honestly. Even my mentor, she told me, I don't know, it's just a game I'm playing and it always works. So if you want to try it, do it. You can do it even right now while I'm here talking to you. Just get yourself. I would rather do water. If you do it at home, do water because water is clean energy. And just charge it. Make sure though, don't use that bill. Keep those bills for to charge it again and again and again. As I said, I did multiple times, always and always got money. My friends always got money. My sister got money. I even did it with one of my clients when I still was doing consultations one-on-one, like in a cafes. We did it too. But she was getting money anyway, so I'm not sure whether it was the coffee or not the coffee, but she liked the idea. All right, that's that. Try that. It's really, I would say this is the only thing that is truly magic because I really don't not sure exactly how it works. But it works. As I said, I think it's just the intention. So do that. Another money magic trick. This is true. The same. You need to add cinnamon to your drinks. Cinnamon is considered a wealth spice. Not sure why, but it does draw money into your life. I do believe cinnamon has very kind of saturated energy. As a Reiki master, I can tell you, from all the spices, cinnamon has a very kind of very money energy is somewhat. It's like a little heavy, like a fresh honey. It's not very gooey kind of, but it's somewhat like this. And money energy is like this, and cinnamon gives this kind of vibe. I don't know, honestly. And so add cinnamon to your drinks, like a little bit, sprinkle a little bit. Some people even say some words like, "I'm adding cinnamon to my drink. I'm getting money," or something like that. You can do that, or just add it to your drinks. But cinnamon does have whatever those bloggers telling you to do, to blow cinnamon in, to blow out. It does has some kind of energy around it. It does. As a Reiki master, I can tell you it is very similar to the energy of money. So maybe it's true. Do add it to teas and coffees. Look, cinnamon is good. It balances your blood sugar. So regardless, it's a good thing to do. And do drink those. Now, can you add cinnamon to something else, like maybe an oatmeal in the morning, something you're baking? Yes, you can even have cinnamon candles. With the smell, maybe put like oil, dissolve it in another oil, and put it on your body and smell it. I even have like this abundance mixture. There's cinnamon, this clove, and different kind of oils, unusual oils, and I put it on my wrist sometimes. So cinnamon does work. If you want to kind of to attract, it's not even wealth, it's more like an abundance of everything into your life, add cinnamon to everything. Now, if you don't like the smell, that's different. But yeah, it does help. All right, so with the cinnamon, the next one, about the money. So when you are walking on the street and you find a coin, remember, money is money, it's an energy, and you need to be respectful of that energy. Often I get asked as a Reiki master, can I pick up money from the street? Yes, you can. When you pick up money from the street, this is what you need to say. You need to say, I pick up the money, I leave negative energy behind. Or I pick up energy of wealth, I leave negative energy behind. You see, if somebody lost the money, if somebody dropped the money, um, chances are something negative went with that bill or with that coin. It's always like this. So you don't want that negative to grab in with you, right? You basically need to leave that negative outside on the street. Or so it will. Usually, when people lose like jewelry or money, this is what happens. They took something, they took the negativity, and they fall out to ground that negativity to their material world, to the earth. You don't want to grab it. You need to take the money, but you do not need to take the negativity that came with it. So you always need to say this: I pick up the money, I leave negative energy behind. What else you can do? You can, when you come home, if these are coins, just wash them in the water. Not because they're dirty, that obviously also, but because of, to remove any kind of traces of negative energy. So just keep it for like 1 minute under the running water. But do you need to pick up money? Yes, ideally you do, because the universe gives you money, and if you're snobbing little coins, I mean, you basically like showing, look, this is not good enough for me. I'm expecting $1 million here. That's not a very good strategy. I would, as a Reiki master, I would tell you to pick up all the money that you find, unless they're really, really not like if they're somewhere in the dirt or something, then maybe you shouldn't. But if it's like a coin that's just laying on the, take it, and just say the right things. Okay, that's with that. Another thing that I do have. So because I'm self-employed right now, I depend kind of on my clients, right? Because this is who I work with, and I make money. And you probably the same. Now, but when I was not self-employed, I was employed in the corporate world, and in that time. I was grateful not only for my clients. Obviously, I had clients and my bonuses depended on them, but I also was grateful to my corporation, because the corporation was the one who was feeding me. I mean, let's be realistic, as demanding as they might have been sometimes, but they did provide for me. So I feel gratitude to whatever the money comes from. So if my money are coming, like I have a friend, he gambles professionally. So he basically goes to the casinos and gambles like every I don't know, 2-3 days, he goes and he wins some money. So he would be grateful to the casino. I'm grateful to my clients. I'm grateful to the clients that are buying my courses. I'm grateful to the lotto, if I'm winning. I'm grateful to my sources of income, and you need to be grateful to those sources as well. I know maybe you think, well, my employer could have paid me better. Yes, he could, but he or she is matching and mirroring your norm. So right now you believe that this is the norm that you are deserving. If you will start believing that you deserve more, you will start getting more. So do be grateful for something that you that for your sources of income. In my case, these are my clients. My when if ever TikTok and YouTube will start paying me, I would be grateful to them. But right now, these are my clients. These are my investments accounts. These are clients that are buying my courses. So stuff like that. I am really very grateful, and I do remind myself, and at least once a day, I'm like, thank you, thank you. I kind of create a phantom of that something, and I feel like gratitude. Could do more often, wouldn't lie, but that's for now. That's how it is, and you should be too. Really, you should be. If you're receiving money from somebody, you should be at least grateful for that. That they are. Imagine if they would disappear. Imagine if your employer suddenly decide not to employ you anymore. They file for bankruptcy or something. Then what you will do? Then you will have extra problems on your hands. You will need to look for a job and this and that. So. Be grateful, and if you're not satisfied, just start looking for some other opportunities, but do be grateful while you're there. Dun, dun, dun. And I think this will be the last one because it's almost an hour. So this one is about the perspective. One time I was doing a live like this, and on TikTok, I guess I had a lot of people. And so I don't know how the TikTok works, but I think if people are sending gifts or something, you're getting some money for it. So I don't know. But there were a lot of people who were watching, and there were something. So regardless, at the end of that live, I got like 2 cents. And, this was first time for me. I mean, I never really get anything. I didn't know that there is such an option. I really didn't even expect. So I was grateful. I was like, but the thing is, what I want to say is that I shifted my perspective a long time ago from that money, from I don't have enough to money is always coming. You see, money is always coming. Like today, I got that how much was 53 cents. The investment dividend, right? Who knows? I will go for a walk. Maybe I'll find a quarter. Money is coming. Yeah, it's not exactly the amount that I want, but it's always coming. And if you will shift this perspective from money is not coming to money is coming, you will understand your focus will start being on receiving money, on the fact that money is always coming, whether it's enough for you or not. And the more you will stay in that perspective, the more there will be sources of income. Maybe you will see money more often on the street, or maybe you will get dividends more often. Well, no, it's like once in a quarter. So, but you will see it will change. It changed for me. So I always, like worried about money. I live by myself, I could say, in this country. I mean, my mom visits me here and there, but still, for the most part, I depend on myself. And I always was like, okay, so I need to save, I need to have, I need to earn, I need to, like all the time. This was always what I was thinking about. And then when I started developing myself and I started working with my mentors, they basically were telling me, look, but money is coming, you need to, and I would kind of start defending myself. Yes, but I already spent them. I already need to pay this. I need to pay that. And they're like, yeah, but the money is coming. Do you realize that? And I'm like, yes. And again, I would start like repeating myself like a parrot. So until one day it clicked, I'm like, yeah, but it is coming, really. I should not worry about it. I should not worry about how to pay or what to pay, because it is coming. It will be coming next month and the months after, especially when you're self-employed. You see, when you're self-employed, you do not exactly have guaranteed income, and you need to make sure that you have this perspective of money is coming. It's not just once in a while. It's not just whenever the luck strikes, but money is coming all the time, and you just need to have this perspective in your mind at all times. If you haven't received anything in the last 3-4 days, look, you will receive on the fourth day. I don't know what to tell you. You just need to switch from not enough to money is always coming, and that's it. I think that's it. All right, so that's it. There will be another part. My God, but that one is even longer. Okay, yeah, so that's it. The next one will be next Saturday. Do use these ones for now, and tell me how it will work for you. Ask questions if you have. I will sum it up really fast, and then we'll go and enjoy our Saturday. All right, so in this video, I'm sharing the tips and tricks that I was doing till now, and I'm advising my clients to do when you need to shift your money kind of game, when you need to adjust your money situation. The first one is a money meditation. It helped me a lot to shift from my kind of scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. Why? Because I was not born in a wealthy family. Even though my family was okay, it still was always, kind of considering the prices of things. You couldn't just go and buy yourself a new car or something like that. So money meditation, I advise you to do my money meditation because it's charged with energy. But again, you can choose your own. It doesn't have to be mine. The second one is you need to have gratitude for whatever you have, for the money you have. Even if you have $10 only, still feel grateful for that $10. This is important, and I don't need to repeat it. I mean, everybody speaks about that. The third one is self-love. Work on self-love. Self-love is basically an indicator of how much money you will get for free, or just because you're existing. It's the money that coming on your entitlement, kind of on a sweet entitlement, not the arrogant entitlement. The fourth one is you need to develop your first chakra to make sure that the money that you receive will stay and multiply in your space, and money will feel safe in your space. Then develop your third chakra. This is money coming in. This is the actions. This is how you can force money almost into your life. Then you need to record all the money that comes in, even if it's a couple cents. You still write down. Remember, you're switching the focus. You need to start feeling excitement about money, not fear and not worry. Make sure of that. Feel excited about the money. It's important. Money is not your enemy. It's not a threat. Money is something that makes your life exciting enough. The more, if you will feel fear and worry, you will be pushing money away. Your mind will think that money is a threat if you're feeling like this around it. You see. The next one is the phrase, how can it get better than this? Anytime you get money, anytime you get something good, you tell yourself, how can it get better than this? Then I do ground my accomplishments this way. If I don't have enough self-love, at least I believe that I'm deserving of something. Especially if you're masculine, that would work for you. Write down every single accomplishment that you have. Then relive the times when you were receiving money just because to repeat that experience. Make sure feel good about this. Don't feel like you were all nervous and didn't know what to do with yourself. I do feel gratitude for the sources of my income. In these days, these are my clients. Could be before it was the corporation that I was working for and my clients. So do feel good. If it's your husband, the source of your income, do feel grateful for him, because he's the one, that he's given you some extra cash. And who knows, maybe your husband will become suddenly somewhat more generous. I actually did it with my friend. She's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't work, but her husband has a good position, and he's generous. He always was giving her an amount of money, but we live in Miami, so it's never enough. And And at one point, she was talking to me about, I need to start doing something. I need to bring some cash in so I can spend on myself more. I'm like, why don't you ask your husband? And she's like, well, he already gives me a lot. And I said, okay, so why don't you start feeling gratitude towards him for giving you money? And she was doing this, and she was doing it for, I don't know, maybe a week or so. I mean, it helped because she kind of loves him, so it was not as difficult. And then one day he came and he's like, listen, so he got like a bonus or something, I'm not sure, and he gave her an extra, I think like 1,500, not that much, but still for a stay-at-home housewife, it was a pretty good amount. So she got that, and she liked it so much, so she was doing even more gratitudes, and it became a habit. Once a month, he would give her extra 1,500. So do feel gratitude for your sources of income, whoever they are. If you are still dependent on your parents, be grateful to them. Or if you depend on your trust, be grateful to the trust or anything else. All right, so money, coffee, or water. So charge some kind of drink with money. You can charge your smoothie with money if you want to. Make sure it's something liquid. Everybody that I knew who was doing it, it was always a liquid. So I'm not sure. I mean, maybe you can charge like your steak with money, but let's do it with liquid. So coffee, tea would be good if you would do it in the company. If yeah, so like that, or you can do it by yourself at home. Make sure don't spend those money though. These are your magnets. All right. So what else? Do add cinnamons to your drink. Do add cinnamon powder to your drinks, or you can boil water with the sticks, so there will be like a smell over in your apartment. Cinnamon is good for regulation of your blood sugar, so that's even 2 in 1. You will be adding some kind of wealth, abundance, and plus regulating your blood sugar. When you see money outside somewhere, do make sure to pick it up. I mean, if it's somebody's money, obviously don't touch it. But if you just walk in and you see, I don't know, a few dollars or a quarter or something, don't snob money. Universe giving you money, take it. But make sure be smart about it, and do say something like, I pick up money, I leave negative energy behind. Something similar. It has to be something similar, but with a strong intention. Make sure if these are coins, make sure to wash them in the water when you come home. All right, shift your perspective from money is not enough to money is always coming. Then that's it. You know, if you switch your perspective, you will see how often the money will be coming. You will see. You will see. When I did it, when I shifted the perspective, it was just out of nowhere. You know, like little things. I'm not talking about the dividends that you kind of expect. It was something. I remember I got on this credit card money back. I didn't even know that was an option on that credit card. I took it for a completely different reason, but I remember it was $56.17. I remember this very well because it was a surprise. And so something like this, money will start just appearing out of nowhere. And as a person who does not have like rich uncles or aunts or anybody who, who can just lavish you with wealth, I'm telling you, if it worked for me, I'm sure it will work for you. All right, that's it. If there are no questions, then we will finish. Next Saturday, I will give you the next 17. But do try to integrate all these tricks, tips into your life. Jupiter moved into Cancer. What does it mean? I mean, Jupiter loves being in Cancer. That means that we're all getting, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of luck, and it's in its sweet spot. We're all getting expanded. We're all getting some kind of luck. So why not to use it to our advantage? If you will help your mind and energy to switch, Jupiter will help to expand that new switch. You see, if you will be focusing on lack, that's what Jupiter will expand. You don't want that. I mean, focus on the positive, focus on the incoming, and that's where you will expand yourself. All right, that's it. I hope you do watch every day. I put little shorts. I do hope you watch them. If you have any questions, send them to me. And I will see you next Saturday. Bye, TikTok. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. And by YouTube, thank you for being here with me. I'll see you next Saturday. Let me know if you have questions, and if you try, let me know how it will go. Bye, everybody.